For more, let's bring in U.S. Customs and Border Protection Senior Advisor Ron Vitiello. Ron, welcome.
Thanks for inviting me, Mike.
So, federal judge placing this temporary restraining order against some of the enforcement activities in California. I want to play a clip from the ACLU attorney, and I'll get you to react.
Basically, what's happening out here in these streets is if you're brown and you happen to come into contact with these ICE agents and these Border Patrol agents, they will come for you. And that's what we indicated to the judge, and we're hopeful that the judge can recognize that that is a flagrantly illegal practice.
What is your assessment, Ron?
Well, those are just lies. Yeah, he's telling lies to the American public, and he's on camera, and the media there in Los Angeles and the mayor of Los Angeles are eating it up. Those agents are out there doing a job that we've asked them to do. The work that they do is legal in every single way. They're going after targets, people who are criminals in the United States, who also happen to be in the United States illegally. The other people who are arrested that may not have a criminal record, but are clearly in violation of the law by being in the United States, are arrested under reasonable suspicion. And I'll give you an example. What is a reasonable person supposed to think when I drive it as an agent in a marked unit in uniform, if I drive into a public parking lot and 4 people run off in the other direction? Isn't it reasonable to believe that they're in the country illegally or they've done something wrong? That's what reasonable suspicion is. And if that judge thinks that arrests are being made otherwise, she has not gotten the facts, and the people in the ACLU are lying to the American public, as the mayor is.
An immigration action at a California cannabis farm led to a clash between protesters and federal agents. Governor Gavin Newsom writing on X, quote, "Kids running from tear gas, crying on the phone because their mother was just taken from the fields. Trump calls me Newscum, but he's the real scum." Kids at the cannabis farm, Ron?
Yeah, this is what lawlessness brings you. This is what sanctuary jurisdictions incentivize illegal activity in every manner of form. You have people who were labor trafficked inside of this cannabis farm, and the mayor and the governor and the blue state of California would rather protect that illegal activity than save these children. I, for one, am glad that our agents were there and can put those kids on a path to safety and make sure that they're not going to continue to be trafficked and abused in that scenario.
I want to play a clip from Tricia McLaughlin from Homeland Security. I'll get you to respond.
I do want to mention that marijuana facility raid, and that tells you everything about Gavin Newsom, the fact that he continues to vilify and demonize and attack our law enforcement officers when they actually went out and found that there were 10 children at that marijuana facility likely being exploited, potentially even being trafficked, because 8 of them were unaccompanied.
We're told this is a Newsom donor's farm with these children there. Final thought on that one.
Well, there you have it, right? What are they promoting in the United States? What are they promoting in California? They want a lawless, chaotic border like we had under the 4 years of Donald Trump. They don't want the law enforced in California against people who are in the country illegally, who are also committing other crimes, and it puts even children at risk in this scenario.
4 people were arrested for allegedly trying to disable federal vehicles with spikes during an operation in Van Nuys, California. Are these tactics getting to be more and more dangerous?
Well, again, you have the politicians and the performers on the left that are lying to the American public about what's going on. You have the front line having to suffer from these attacks. That's assault, much like what we saw in those videos yesterday. Those people will be held to account. And I want us to pray for the agents that are out there doing their job on behalf of the American people. I want them to do it safe. And when they get attacked like that, I want those people to be arrested and taken to task in the justice system. That's what should happen. And we don't need for our agents to be put in this kind of risk.
The search is on for a 12th suspect in the ambush at the Alvarado ICE detention facility. Are you confident they will track the guy down?
It's a matter of time. I know that all the law enforcement agencies have helped CBP control the border in dramatic ways. The interagency is helping ICE and CBP on the front line and taking people into the justice system when they assault and impede our agents. This individual will be found as well, and they'll face justice in American courts.
Ron Vitiello, grateful for your time today. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.